Have you ever been in a situation where you meet someone new and you just do not know what to say?
Oh yes, all the time. That awkward silence where you just smile and look away.
Yes, exactly. And then you walk away thinking, why could I not just say something normal?
Yes, and the worst part is you know English. You have studied it, but in that moment, your mind just goes completely blank.
That feeling is so common, and today we are going to fix it completely.
Yes, because today we are talking about one of the most important English skills that nobody teaches you in school.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. How are you today? Today, I am here with Noah, and today we are going to talk about English small talk, what to say, how to say it, and how to never feel awkward again.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here today. This is one of my favorite topics. Let's start our conversation.
Noah, first of all, what exactly is small talk?
Great question. Small talk means light, friendly conversation about everyday topics.
Not deep or serious conversation, just easy and comfortable chatting.
Like talking about the weather or asking someone how their weekend was.
Or commenting on something happening around you at that moment.
Small talk is the bridge between silence and real conversation.
Oh, I love that. Small talk is the bridge between silence and real conversation.
Yes, you use small talk to open a conversation and make the other person feel comfortable.
And once that comfort is there, the conversation can naturally become deeper and more interesting.
So why do so many people find small talk so difficult?
I think there are two main reasons.
What are they?
First reason, they do not know what topics are safe and comfortable to talk about.
And second reason, they do not know the right phrases to start and keep the conversation going.
Exactly, and today we are going to solve both of those problems.
Yes, by the end of this episode, you will have everything you need for confident small talk in English.
Let's start with the most important small talk topic of all time.
Which one?
The weather.
Of course, the weather, the number one small talk topic in the entire world.
Yes, especially in English-speaking countries, people love talking about the weather.
But why? The weather is not very interesting.
Because the weather is safe. Everyone experiences it. Nobody can disagree about it.
Ah, so it is safe because it is neutral, not political, not personal.
Exactly. It's something everyone shares and nobody gets upset about.
Let's learn some simple weather small talk phrases now.
Good idea. First phrase, beautiful day today, isn't it?
This is used on a nice sunny day. It is a statement, but it invites the other person to respond.
You say, beautiful day today, isn't it? And the other person says, yes, finally some sunshine.
Perfect, and the conversation has started just like that.
Next phrase, can you believe this weather?
This is used when the weather is surprising, either very hot, very cold, or very rainy.
Can you believe this rain? It has not stopped all week.
Very natural. Next phrase, it is so cold today. Are you staying warm?
This is nice because you're talking about the weather and also showing you care about the other person.
It is so cold today. Are you staying warm?
Yes, thank you. I have my big coat on finally.
Perfect. Natural small talk exchange.
And one more very useful phrase, I hope this weather gets better soon.
This is used when the weather is bad and you want to express a shared feeling.
I hope this weather gets better soon. I'm really missing the sunshine.
Very warm and relatable. Anyone can connect with that feeling.
Let's learn a useful word here, relatable.
Relatable means something that other people can understand and connect with from their own experience.
That story was so relatable. I've had exactly the same experience.
Perfect. Relatable things make great small talk topics.
Because when someone relates to what you say, the conversation flows naturally.
What about you, listeners?
What is the weather like where you are right now? Please write it in the comments below. Practice your weather small talk with us.
We would love to hear from you.
Now, let's talk about another very popular small talk topic, asking someone's weekend.
Oh yes, this one is used everywhere, at work, at school, with neighbors, with anyone.
The most common question is, how was your weekend?
Or, did you have a good weekend?
Or, what did you get up to this weekend?
That last one is interesting. Did you get up to?
Yes, get up to is a very casual British and Australian phrase.
It means, what did you do? What activities did you do?
What did you get up to this weekend? Oh, not much. Just relaxed at home and watched some movies.
Very natural and easy response.
And notice the response, not much, just relax at home.
Why is that a good small talk response?
Because it is honest and simple. You don't need to have done something exciting.
Small talk doesn't need to be interesting. It just needs to be warm and friendly.
Exactly. The goal is connection, not entertainment.
Let's practice a full small talk exchange using the weekend topic.
Hey Noah, how was your weekend?
It was really nice, actually. I went for a long walk in the park on Saturday. How about you?
Oh, that sounds lovely. Mine was pretty quiet. I just stayed home and cooked a big meal for my family.
Oh, nice. What did you make?
I made pasta. It took forever, but it was delicious.
Ha, homemade pasta is always worth the effort.
And there you have it, a complete, natural small talk conversation about the weekend.
And notice how easy it was. Simple questions, simple answers, warm reactions.
No big vocabulary, no complicated grammar, just warm, friendly human conversation.
And you can do this. Everyone listening can do this.
Yes, small talk is a skill, and like all skills, it gets easier with practice.
And today you are already practicing just by listening.
Today was a great start, everyone.
Part 2 is coming right up. Stay with us.
See you in part 2.
Let's go.
Yes, in part 1, we talked about weather and weekend small talk. Now let's go deeper. Let's talk about small talk at work or school now.
Yes, this is where most people need small talk the most.
At work or school, you see the same people every day.
So you need small talk phrases that feel natural and not repetitive.
First, very common phrase. How are you getting on with that project?
Getting on with means how is your progress with something?
Hey, how are you getting on with that report? Is it going okay?
That is very natural workplace small talk.
Another great phrase. Have you been busy lately?
This shows interest in the other person's life without being too personal.
Have you been busy lately? You seem like you have had a lot on your plate.
A lot on your plate is a very common English expression.
It means having many things to deal with or a lot of responsibilities.
I have had a lot on my plate this week. Work has been very busy.
Perfect. Very natural and very commonly used.
Another workplace small talk phrase, did you see the game last night?
Sports is a very popular small talk topic, especially among colleagues.
Did you catch the game last night? It was incredible.
Catch here means to watch something, not to physically catch anything.
Did you catch that new show on television last night?
Yes, catch is used very naturally for watching shows and games.
Let's talk about small talk with strangers now.
Yes, this is the most challenging type of small talk for many learners.
Because you do not know anything about the person.
But there's always something around you that you can comment on.
Like what?
The place you are in, the events you are both attending, something you can both see.
If you're waiting in a long line, you can say, this line is moving so slowly, isn't it?
Or if you're at a coffee shop, this place always smells so amazing.
Or at a party, how do you know the host?
How do you know the host is one of the most powerful small talk questions at any event.
Because the answer will tell you something about the person and open many directions for conversation.
How do you know the host? Oh, we went to university together. How about you?
And suddenly you're talking about university and finding common ground.
Common ground means things you both share or have in common.
We found a lot of common ground. We both love hiking and Italian food.
Perfect. Finding common ground is the secret to great small talk.
Let's learn some reactions that keep small talk flowing naturally.
Yes, reactions are so important in small talk.
Oh, really? Shows surprise and interest.
No way! Shows strong surprise.
That is so funny. Shows you find something amusing.
I know exactly what you mean. Shows you understand and relate.
That sounds amazing. Shows enthusiasm about something positive.
Oh, I love that too. Shows shared interest or experience.
These small reactions do so much work in a conversation.
Yes, they show the other person you're listening and you are engaged.
Let's practice using them in a conversation.
Hey Noah, I just got back from a trip to Italy last week.
No way. I've always wanted to go to Italy. How was it?
It was incredible. The food was amazing and the people were so friendly.
That sounds amazing. Where did you go?
We spent 3 days in Rome and then 2 days in Florence.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean about the food. Italian food is just on another level.
I know, right? I'm already planning my next trip back.
Did you hear how natural that felt?
Yes, and notice we used almost all of those reaction phrases naturally in that short conversation.
No big vocabulary, no complicated grammar, just warm reactions and genuine interest.
If you're enjoying this episode, please like and subscribe.
Yes, your support really helps us grow our channel every week.
Today was a lot of fun.
Part 3 is coming right up. Stay with us.
See you in part 3.
Let's go.
Welcome back, everyone. We are in part 3 now, and things are getting really interesting.
Yes, in part 1, we talked about weather and weekend small talk. In part 2, we talked about workplace and stranger small talk.
And now, in part 3, we are going to talk about how to keep a small talk conversation going.
Yes, because starting a conversation is one skill, but keeping it going is a completely different skill.
Many learners can start a conversation, but then after 2 or 3 sentences, they run out of things to say.
Yes, that awful moment of silence where you both just smile awkwardly.
Yes, and then you both pretend to look at your phone.
Exactly, the emergency phone check.
So today, we're going to teach you the most powerful technique for keeping any conversation going.
What is this technique?
It is called the question ladder.
The question ladder? That sounds interesting. What is it?
The question ladder means each answer you give leads to a new question.
So the conversation climbs naturally, like going up a ladder.
Exactly. Each step takes the conversation a little deeper and more interesting.
Can you show us how it works with an example?
Of course. Let's say someone asks you, do you have any plans this weekend?
And you say, yes, I'm going to try a new restaurant with my sister.
Now, the other person has 3 different ladders they can climb.
What are those 3 ladders?
Ladder 1, ask about the restaurant. Oh, nice. What kind of food is it?
Ladder 2, ask about the sister. Oh, fun. Are you and your sister close?
Ladder 3, ask about trying new restaurants. Do you often try new restaurants? Are you a foodie?
So one simple answer opens 3 completely different conversation directions.
Yes, and this is why good small talk never runs out of topics.
Because every answer contains new questions waiting to be asked.
You just need to listen carefully and pick up on the details.
Let's learn the phrase pick up on.
Pick up on means to notice something and pay attention to it.
I picked up on the fact that she seemed a little tired today, so I asked if she was okay.
Perfect. Picking up on details makes you a much better conversationalist.
Let's practice the question ladder with a full conversation example.
Hey Noah, did you do anything fun last weekend?
Yes, actually. I went hiking with some friends on Saturday. It was really beautiful.
Oh, nice. Where did you go hiking?
We went to a national park about an hour from the city. The views were incredible.
That sounds amazing. Is hiking something you do often?
Yes, I try to go at least once a month. It really helps me clear my head.
I totally understand that. I feel the same way about walking. There's something about being outside that just resets everything.
Exactly. Do you go walking often?
Yes, I try to walk every morning before work. It really sets me up for the day.
And there's the question ladder in action.
Did you notice how the conversation moved naturally from hiking to nature to morning routines?
Each answer opened a new question. Each question opened a new topic.
And the whole conversation felt completely natural and warm.
No script needed, just listening carefully and asking about what interests you.
Now, let's talk about something very important. What to do when small talk gets stuck.
Yes, even with all these techniques, sometimes a conversation just stops.
And that is completely normal. It happens to everyone, including native speakers.
So what do we do in that moment?
We use topic changers, phrases that smoothly move the conversation to a new topic.
Like what phrases?
So anyway, have you seen any good movies lately?
Oh, that reminds me. Did you hear about...
And by the way, how is your family doing?
Speaking of which, I wanted to ask you something.
On a completely different note, what do you think about...
These phrases are called conversation pivots.
A pivot means turning in a new direction, like a basketball player pivoting on one foot.
So anyway is one of the most natural conversation pivots in English.
Yes, so anyway is used constantly by native English speakers.
So anyway, enough about work. What have you been up to lately?
Perfect. It closes one topic and opens another very smoothly.
Let's learn some vocabulary related to conversation skills now.
Good idea. First word is engage.
Engage means to actively participate and show interest in a conversation.
She was very engaging. She asked great questions and listened carefully.
Perfect. Next word is rapport.
Rapport means a warm, friendly connection between two people.
When you have good rapport with someone, the conversation feels very easy and natural.
We built a great rapport very quickly. It felt like we had known each other for years.
Beautiful sentence. Rapport is a very important word in social English.
Next word is genuine.
Genuine means real and sincere, not fake or forced.
She showed genuine interest in what I was saying. It made me feel really valued.
Excellent. And our last vocabulary word for this part is awkward.
Awkward means uncomfortable and embarrassing.
There was an awkward silence after I said the wrong thing.
Yes, awkward is a word we all know very well from social situations.
Yes, and hopefully after today, your conversations will feel much less awkward.
Yes, because now you have the question ladder, the topic changers, and the reaction phrases.
You have everything you need for natural, confident small talk.
What about you, listeners? Have you ever used the question ladder without knowing it had a name?
Please write your experience in the comments below.
We would love to hear from you.
Part 4 is the final part. Stay with us, everyone.
See you in part 4. Almost there.
Let's go.
Welcome back, everyone. This is part 4 and our final part of today's episode.
Yes, we have covered so much today. Weather small talk, weekend small talk, workplace small talk, the question ladder, and topic changers.
And now in this final part, we are going to put everything together.
Yes, we are going to talk about the most important small talk mistakes learners make and how to avoid them.
And then we will finish with a complete small talk phrase list you can use immediately.
Yes, your complete small talk toolkit for any situation.
Let's start with the most common small talk mistakes.
What is the number one mistake?
Mistake number 1, answering questions with just one word.
Someone asks, "How was your weekend?" and you say, "Good,"
That one-word answer kills the conversation immediately.
because the other person has nothing to respond to.
Always add at least one more sentence to keep the conversation alive.
Instead of good, say really good, actually. I went to a farmer's market on Saturday morning. Have you ever been to one?
Perfect. You answered the question, added a detail, and asked a question back.
3 things in one sentence. That is great small talk technique.
Mistake number 2, asking questions that are too personal too quickly.
Like what questions?
Questions like, how much money do you make? Or why are you not married yet?
Oh yes, those questions make people very uncomfortable.
In English-speaking cultures, these topics are considered very private.
Also, avoid asking someone's weight, age, or political views with someone you do not know well.
Save personal questions for when you know someone much better.
Mistake number 3, not listening properly.
Some people are so focused on what they're going to say next that they stop listening to what the other person is saying.
Oh yes, you can see it in their eyes. They're just waiting for their turn to talk.
Good small talk requires genuine listening, not just waiting to speak.
Because the best questions come from really listening to what the other person says.
Exactly. The question ladder only works if you are truly listening.
Mistake number 4, talking only about yourself.
This is a very common mistake, and most people don't even realize they're doing it.
A good conversation is like a tennis match. Both players hit the ball.
If you're talking for 5 minutes straight without asking the other person anything, that is not small talk. That's a monologue.
A monologue with an audience of one very bored person.
Yes, always remember to pass the ball back. Ask questions. Show interest.
Mistake number 5, ending conversations abruptly.
What does abruptly mean?
Abruptly means suddenly and without warning.
Like when someone just says, okay, bye, in the middle of a perfectly good conversation?
Yes, that always feels very strange and a little rude.
In English-speaking cultures, we use closing phrases to end conversations smoothly and warmly.
It was so nice talking to you today.
We should definitely catch up again soon.
I'll let you get back to it. It was great seeing you.
We'll have to continue this conversation another time.
Take care of yourself. It was lovely chatting.
These closing phrases make the other person feel good about the conversation ending.
And they leave a positive impression, which means the person will want to talk to you again.
Yes, how you end a conversation is just as important as how you start it.
Now let's build your complete small talk toolkit.
Yes, this is your complete guide to small talk in any situation.
Starting a conversation. Beautiful day today, isn't it?
How was your weekend? Did you do anything fun?
Have you been busy lately?
How do you know the host?
Can you believe this weather we've been having?
Keeping the conversation going. Oh, really? Tell me more about that.
That is so interesting. How long have you been doing that?
I know exactly what you mean. I've had the same experience.
No way. That's amazing. What happened next?
What about you? Have you ever done something like that?
Changing topics smoothly. So anyway, have you seen any good movies lately?
Oh, that reminds me. I wanted to ask you something.
By the way, how's your family doing?
On a completely different note, what do you think about...
Ending conversations warmly. It was so nice talking to you today.
We should definitely catch up again soon.
I'll let you get back to it. Great seeing you.
Take care of yourself. It was lovely chatting.
And that's your complete small talk toolkit.
Encouraging. Save this episode. Come back and listen again whenever you need to practice.
Teaching. Let's do one final complete small talk conversation using everything we learned today.
Excited. Great idea. Let's show everyone how it all fits together.
Example. Hey Emma, how are you doing today?
Example. Really good, thanks. Loving the sunny weather we're finally having. How about you?
I know, right? It's been so gray lately. This sunshine is such a relief. Did you have a good weekend?
Yes, actually. I tried a new Italian restaurant with my sister on Saturday. It was incredible.
No way. Are you and your sister close?
Yes, very. We try to do something together at least once a month. Do you have siblings?
Yes, I have one brother. We're pretty close too. We went hiking together last Sunday, actually.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Where did you go?
We went to a national park about an hour from the city. The views were absolutely incredible.
That sounds like such a great day. I've been meaning to get outdoors more. Maybe I should try hiking.
You absolutely should. I think you would love it. Anyway, I should get back to work, but it was so nice chatting with you.
Yes, definitely. We should catch up again soon. Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Take care.
And that's a perfect, complete small talk conversation.
From the weather to the weekend to siblings to hiking and ending warmly and naturally.
No awkward silences, no one-word answers, no running out of things to say.
Just warm, natural human conversation using simple English.
And you can do exactly this, starting today.
Remember, small talk is not about being clever or funny or impressive.
Agreed. It's about making the other person feel comfortable and valued.
And now you have all the tools to do exactly that.
Let's do a quick pronunciation practice before we finish.
Good idea. Let's practice some small talk words.
Slow and clear. Conversation. Con-ver-say-shin.
Practicing. Conversation.
Slow and clear. Genuine. Gen-u-in.
Practicing. Genuine.
Slow and clear. Awkward. Awkward.
Practicing. Awkward.
Slow and clear. Rapport. Rapport.
Surprised. Oh, the T at the end is silent?
Teaching. Yes, rapport comes from French. The T is completely silent.
Practicing. Rapport.
Approving pronunciation. Perfect pronunciation, everyone.
Engaging. If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe.
Yes, your support means everything to us and helps us make more episodes every week.
Inviting. And share this video with someone who wants to improve their small talk.
Engaging. What about you, listeners? What small talk situation do you find most difficult?
Curious. Is it with strangers, at work, or at social events?
Inviting. Please write it in the comments below.
Genuine. We read every single comment and love hearing from you.
Happy. Today was so much fun. 4 parts and so much to learn.
Warm. I really enjoyed our conversation today, Emma.
Thank you, everyone, for staying with us through all 4 parts.
Cheerful. You are amazing listeners, and we're so happy you're here.
Inspiring. Keep practicing your small talk every single day.
Motivating. Even one small conversation a day will change everything over time.
Warm. See you in the next episode.
Cheerful. Goodbye, everyone.
Warm. Bye.